Hey Rock and Metal Guardians, it's Dane. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about my dream concert set list for the band Deep Purple. Before we jump right in, I wanted to mention that this is going to include all members from the Mark II era, the Mark III era, and the Mark IV era, which is the Tommy Bolin period. There will be some songs from the Mark I era, two in fact, as you'll see, but no Rod Evans. Alright, so let's get started. I've divided this into three sets or suites. Set 1, intermission, set 2, and then encore. So to start the concert, my fantasy is Speed King, just to punch you in the teeth right off the bat, and then to punch you in the teeth again with a 1-2 punch would be the song Bloodsucker, which is a great heavy song. I don't think they've ever played this live. If they have, I just don't know, but it's not on any of the live recordings that I have, and I have quite a few of those. And I used to confuse the song Bloodsucker with the song No, 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 because in Bloodsucker, throughout the song, there are times when Gillan screeches the phrase No, No, No at the top of his lungs. It's quite cool. Then we would slip into the Mark I song, Mandrake Root, which Blackmore and Company played often when Ian Gillan joined the band. And then we'd go into Fireball, great drum intro for that song. And then Wring That Neck, a solo. An instrumental song, which, again, you can look at YouTube videos of Mark II playing this, and they're like extended versions that are quite good. Those are actually my favorite, so I'd imagine this would be an extended version for me as well for my dream fantasy Deep Purple concert. And then after Wring That Neck, we would go into Lazy, which is a kind of a nice, it starts off slow and kind of groovy, and then it picks up great lyrics too. And then we'd go into the phenomenal, probably my top five of Deep Purple songs, the wonderful and glorious Highway Star. That bass intro by Glover is just phenomenal. Then we go into Strange Kind of Woman. I left off Woman of Tokyo. I think one of the two is just fine, but not both, just a preference. And then after Strange Kind of Woman, we'd get the long and yet amazing Child in Time to end the first part of the concert before the band take a break. So we have our intermission, okay? And Child in Time, you imagine the lights going down at the very end, and then someone's saying, but you can't see them, I'm going to take a short break. And then you're waiting and waiting, right? And then the beginning of the second part of the concert, Suite 2, if you will, the lights are still down, and then you begin to hear the wonderful Hammond organ that introduces Perfect Strangers. And then all of a sudden a spotlight comes over Ian and he just launches into the lyrics. And then after Perfect Strangers is done, the lights go down again. And then you hear footsteps. They're mic'd. And then all of a sudden the limelight comes over who's at the mic, and it's David Coverdale. And like the Made in Europe, he leans into the mic and goes, rock and roll. And then they launch into Burn. And then after Burn, glorious, right? Isn't that so cool? And then after Burn, you get You Fool No One. Nice cowbell song, right? Who doesn't like more cowbell, right? Then you get then at this point, you get the song that I just love. It's on the Come Taste the Band album. You get the song Coming Home. Coverdale's vocals on it are just, his vocals just in general are amazing, but there's something special about the song for me. And then Coming Home, it ends, and then you get Might Just Take Your Life. Great rockin' tune. And then you get the heavy Lady Double Dealer from the Stormbringer album. And then you get Drifter, going back to Come Taste the Band. And then one of my all-time favorite songs on the Stormbringer album, you get You Can't Do It Right, in parentheses, with The One You Love. I think that's a great, heavy, bluesy song. And then you get I guess you could call it majestic and tear-jerking, and yet, it's definitely melancholy. You get Soldier of Fortune, so we've kind of a peaceful ballad, if you will, and yet so incredible. And then to close out Suite 2, you get the glorious Mistreated. Not an extended version, maybe Coverdale doing a little bit of the baby, baby, baby part, and then, but not too long. The typical length that's on the studio, and maybe a minute longer, and that's it. Maybe a little bit more from Blackmore on the guitar, and then the lights go down again, and you're waiting, but not too long, and then the encore, 4 songs in this order. You get Gillan back on the mic, and he's singing Black Knight, another solid heavy rocker by them, and then he leaves the stage or stays on maybe with a tambourine, and you get Coverdale back and launches in the Stormbringer. You got to have Stormbringer in your set, right? And then after that, both Coverdale and Gillan stay on the stage with everybody, both bass players, Tommy Bolin and Blackmore. You get Smoke on the Water. So you have Gillan and Coverdale sharing vocals, the duet, if you will, and Hughes chiming in as well, since he sings on the Mark III stuff. And then after Smoke on the Water, so you've had in the encore Black Knight, Stormbringer, Smoke on the Water, and again Smoke on the Water with both Gillan and Coverdale trading vocals, and then you end it with Space Truckin'. Not an extended version, maybe a minute or two longer, but not too long, because this is long already, right? You're here a very long time, which is fine. And of course, for Space Truckin', you've got Gillan and Coverdale on vocals for both parts of the song, if you will. So there you have it, folks. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you.